The title of my capstone was Identifying Christology in Franz Liszt's Nuage Gris, using intertextuality as a tool for faith integration. There's this piano piece called Gray Clouds. That's the English translation. And I thought in that title references clouds, which is such a popular symbol anywhere. Everywhere you see clouds, and especially in literature, in music, and in other written forms, clouds are everywhere. Especially in the Bible. The symbol of clouds are prolific and they have really interesting meaning. So I found that in the Bible, one thing that clouds do represent is Jesus' divinity, that he is fully God and fully man. So I took that concept of clouds and thought, how is that connected? How is that interrelated to this piano work? And I found a lot of interesting connections that we can understand how Christ's new covenant, how his manifestation, the incarnation of him coming, really changed the world. And so throughout this presentation, I was saying, we've got this piano work that references this idea of clouds. In the Bible, clouds are referenced. So let's put this all together and see how this piece of music can help us understand Christology, the nature of Christ and what he came to do. The value of faith integration, which means in a classroom we're going to talk about faith, is tremendously valuable, because in a world where the popular worldview and influences of a secular nature, I think Christians more than ever are called to be more academic in their thinking, to understand why they believe the things that they believe. And so in a faith-integrated classroom, we not only must critically engage with popular understandings and ideas, but we must be so well versed in that in addition to being well versed in our text, the Bible, to being well versed in theology and even church history, so that we might almost give an answer for the hope that is within us. We must know deeply secular objects, and we must know deeply spiritual objects. So faith integration is really a high call to critical thinking. It's a high call to processing the world, because you see the world as it is, as it's given to you. But there's a sense where you're obedient to Christ and you say, but what does God think about this? How does God want me to process all of this information? And that's the faith integration part. So in a faith integrated classroom, students are being called to think at the most high level, I would say. Because of those, I'm processing what is and what's popular, but I'm also submitting myself to God's teaching. So how can I understand this in light of an ultimate truth?